turf course for a horse, man advantage, and a New York queen. All this coming up on Horses and Courses.
One back, Clark.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseater. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Well, hi everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. And while you've been soaking up the sun, our thoroughbreds have been thundering around the ovals across the USA. We've got 20 stake races lined up for you on this week's program. Give you the very best in national racing coverage. We'll go down to Miami and get rolling right off the bat here with the Office Queen Stakes. 3-year-old fillies in the gate down at Calder, mile and the 16th. Scheduled turf, and just when we thought things were going well with these turf races, bingo! Another boomer comes across, and we got a sloppy main track. Doesn't matter, they don't scratch out. Full field. Let's take a look. Here's Phil Saltzman's call of the Calder Office Queen.
The half in 48 seconds flat. There's 3 furlongs left to go in the Office Queen Stakes, and they've got Maggie Auxier to catch, leads by a length. Sunwash and moving up toward the outside. It's final approval. They move to the quarter pole. On the inside, Maggie Auxier on the outside. Final approval heads her. Then it's a length and a half back. It's Native Gate Dancer. 3/4 and 1:13 and 2. 3/16 of a mile to go. Final approval in Ibarcoa now lead by almost 2. Maggie Auxier at the rail. And on the outside, that's Native Gate Dancer coming on. 3 lengths back, Ms. Mazuma. They come to the 16th pole. Final approval by a length and a half. Native Gate Dancer a clear second. Final approval takes the Office Queen Stakes.
Final approval. Ibarcoa in the irons, a length score. Ronnie Spatz, the trainer. This gal will run on anything, and rightly so, because as we point out, when you schedule for the grass down there, you're well aware that it could get wiped out at any time, as was the case on Saturday. Native Gate Dancer, nice little catch on 2 famous horses, Gate Dancer and Native Dancer. And Ms. Mazuma, they'll be second and third, but it is final approval going the mile and the 16th over the slop there on Saturday, 1:46 and 4. Okay, from Miami, let's go up to Maryland. On Saturday afternoon, we had state breds in the Mr. Diz handicap. 6 furlongs on the turf. Nice distance, sprinting distance on the grass. $60,000. The guaranteed purse for these state breds is Dave Rodman describing the race.
They get to the top of the lane, but still a long way to go to the finish in front of the clubhouse. Balance the Budget going very well. Balance the Budget just gliding over the turf course here by 5 lengths. Now, here's One More Power on the inside and D. Guilford on the outside. 3/16 to go. Balance the Budget now getting a little weary. D. Guilford on the outside and One More Power. One More Power. D. Guilford on the outside. D. Guilford hits the front final furlong. One More Power on the inside. 30-1, and Gilded Youth is flying on the far outside. Long shot or Gilded Youth. Who do you like? Oh, it's close. I think it's a 30-1 shot.
Oh, baby, One More Power. A nose in time. Frankie Douglas in the irons. You heard Dave Rodman. 30-1 indeed. Ding! $67.20 on One More Power. Got through on the inside and hung on for the nose win. Gilded Youth was flying also at the end. Just comes up that half a stride short. D. Guilford gets the show money. 109 and 2. One More Power's time in the Mr. Diz Saturday. Sunday afternoon down in Laurel, we had the Laurel Office Queen Stakes. A mile and a 16th the distance, $40,000. The added purse on the race. We've got 3-year-old fillies going postward in this one. Again, Dave Rodman has the call.
3/8 of a mile to go, and it's Weathervane. G. O'Keefe got a big chance on the outside. Weathervane still there by a neck as they get to the quarter pole from G. O'Keefe. The Great Bullet, then Fancy Frida's just 2 off the lead. Weathervane, G. O'Keefe on the outside. Weathervane still going strong as Mario Pino takes a peek over to the inside, but G. O'Keefe is a threat on the outside. Weathervane, G. O'Keefe. Weathervane urged along here by a neck. G. O'Keefe. Weathervane just in front, and the outside is G. O'Keefe. G. O'Keefe and Weathervane. These 2 fine fillies putting on quite a battle, and now Fancy Frida involved in the final 16th. G. O'Keefe. G. O'Keefe has got it today. G. O'Keefe's got the winning moves. Wins it a length and a half.
G. O'Keefe, 3 in a row, 4 out of its last 5, sent off at 5-2, gets the length and a half score. Mark Johnston in the irons. Fancy Frida was second, and there's Weathervane, the 1-2 favorite who had beaten these before, and she was coming in here off of 6 furlong races. I don't know that she was all that tight to go 8.5. She certainly folded up in the stretch very uncharacteristically, and she has to settle as the solidly beaten favorite in the 3rd spot. G. O'Keefe, she was ready to roll here as she goes the mile 16th in 1:44.1. All right, from Laurel, let's move over to Monmouth Park in Oceanport, New Jersey, for their weekend stakes action. Saturday, we've got our older horses sprinting 6 furlongs in the Shrewsbury Stakes, $50,000 guaranteed race. In Oceanport, here's Larry Colmus with the call.
They run by the opening quarter in 21 3/5 seconds. Curious Court and neck in front. Can't Be Nimble. Second to the outside by a length and a half to Buffalo Dan and Next Wave, who is right there. Culinary Delight has dropped off 9 lengths from the pace. Around the far turn, Can't Be Nimble ahead in front. Curious Court to the inside. Buffalo Dan coming up after them 3 wide. Then it's Next Wave in 4th. And from the back of the pack, Culinary Delight is making progress. 44-1 for the half. Can't Be Nimble. And Buffalo Dan to the outside. Next Wave is in toward the rail. Can't Be Nimble still there. Buffalo Dan coming to him from the outside. Then Next Wave. It is Can't Be Nimble. Buffalo Dan. Culinary Delight coming on late, but it's going to be Buffalo Dan. And
Buffalo Dan, Billy Perry, the conditioner, and Julie gets the nose victory in the Shrewsbury. Culinary Delight and Next Wave will be placed 2nd and 3rd as we have a DQ here. Can't Be Nimble will be disqualified from 2nd and placed 4th. Running time for Buffalo Dan, 1:08.4. All right, staying at Monmouth on Saturday afternoon, the main feature was the Oceanport Handicap on the grass for the older horses. It's 100 grander, and the distance is 1 mile and a 16th. Again, here's Larry with the call.
they're racing in the Oceanport Handicap. Joker was off to an awkward beginning, but Boyce is going right to the lead with Foolish Pole to the outside. Parkway Drive is sent through along the inside, and now Joker gets closer up in 4th. They're being followed by Jambalaya Jazz, who's back in 5th, 5 lengths off the lead. 3.5 back to Hargar and Select Session last of all, with 13 lengths to make up as Foolish Pole leads the way into the clubhouse turn. Aaron Grider and Foolish Pole settling down with a 2.5 length early lead. Racing in 2nd position is Parkway Drive with the favorite Boyce right on his outside. Joker is out there in 4th after a quarter of 23-1. Joker is 4 lengths off the lead. Then it's 2 back to Jambalaya Jazz, 4 more to Hargar, and Select Session continues to have about 12 to make up. It is Foolish Pole who's run a half mile in 46-3 and moves comfortably down the backstretch. 2 clear of Boyce, who's a good second. On the inside is Parkway Drive. Joker 4th, 4 off the lead. Jambalaya Jazz pushed along by Pat Day has 5.5 to make up. Then Hargar and Select Session. Moving around the far turn, Foolish Pole trying to go the distance, but Boyce is only a length and a half behind. In third is Joker, who's being pushed along. Then Jambalaya Jazz, who has to do a lot better. Hargar's passing him. 3/4 in 109 and 4, and Foolish Pole comes off the turn and into the stretch in front. Boyce trying to get by him through the lane. Foolish Pole, Grider shaking him up. Boyce and Julie Crone coming right to him. Boyce takes the lead. Foolish Pole determined, fighting back. What a race. Boyce, Foolish Pole's giving him a run for his money. Boyce and Foolish Pole, and Boyce wins.
Well, talk about a horse for a course. Here's Boyce with Julie in the irons for the neck win in the Ocean Port. 7 for 7 on the Monmouth lawn. This time he has to work hard, a little bit hard for it. Sent off at 4 to 5, so he doesn't disappoint, but gets that neck victory, equaling the track record in the process. He just loves it down there. Foolish Pole and Jambalaya Jazz, second and third. The time, as we mentioned, of 1:40 and 1, equaling the turf course record at Monmouth for Boyce. All right, staying at Monmouth now on Sunday afternoon, 2 races for you. The Long Branch Stakes for our 3-year-olds at 1 mile and a 16th. Purse on the Long Branch, it's a $100,000 guaranteed race. Purse, sort of a prep for the Haskell perhaps, but only drew 5 horses, 1 scratched, and then we have an incident during the running that we'll talk about. So let's take a look. Again, here's Larry Comas with the call.
They're racing in the Long Branch Stakes, and Jules and Leestown came out running. Capture the Gold is right on the outside, and Frisk Me Now is last early, but Frisk Me Now is anxious to get closer up to the lead as Jules takes over as they move into the clubhouse turn. Jules getting away. Frisk Me Now not handling the first turn at all. Frisk Me Now lost about 5 paths, drifting out badly on the first turn, and he continues to do so. Eddie King struggling with him early. Onto the backstretch, and Jules inherits a 5-length lead. Leestown has moved up into second position. Capture the Gold is third, and something's gone awry with Frisk Me Now. He's racing about in the 7 path down the backstretch after a quarter of 23 seconds flat. Things working out beautifully for Jules so far. It's Jules by 3.5. Leestown is second. Frisk Me Now an extremely wide third, and then Capture the Gold, the half mile, in 45 4/5 seconds. Into the far turn, Jules still in front by 2. Leestown in second by 4 lengths. Then Capture the Gold. Frisk Me Now has gone to the outside fence as they go to the top of the stretch. Jules is the leader. Aaron Grider trying to keep his speed going. Joe Bravo really getting into Leestown now, and these two will turn it into a match race. Frisk Me Now is completely pulled up. 3/4 in 109 and 4, and Jules is set down to try to hold off the onrushing Leestown. Jules on the inside, Leestown on the outside to give him a test. Jules is still there at the 16th pole. Leestown still coming. Jules and Leestown, and Jules and Aaron Grider have won the Long Branch.
Well, here's Jules, one of our springtime 3-year-old contenders, back in action, getting a nice win in the Long Branch Saturday. Aaron Grider in the irons for the length score. Leestown from D. Wayne's barn, who just won a race at Philadelphia Park last time out, gets the 2nd spot here. And Capture the Gold finishing in the show position. 4th and being pulled up in the race, the 1-2 favorite, Frisk Me Now. Eddie King doing some terrific horsemanship. The left line broke, and Eddie tried to reach down and grab the cheek strap of the bridle and steer the horse that way, that his arms just weren't long enough, and so he had no choice but to try and ease the horse up, and all is well with the horse, just an equipment malfunction or break, if you will. They still plan to give the Haskell a shot, so 1-2 favorite, and the equipment breaks. What are you going to do? Jules, they'll think about the Haskell. I don't know if they're going to do a lot of thinking with Silver Charm and Touch Gold heading this way, but they will give it a thought. As he wins the Long Branch, sent off at 5-2 in 1:42 and 2. Okay, also on Sunday afternoon at Monmouth, we had 3-year-old fillies sprinting in the Dearly Precious Stakes, $40,000, the guaranteed purse on this 6-furlong zipperoo. Again, Larry Colmus with the call.
Round the far turn, Lil's Golden Halo, ticklish situation. Semaphore Miz not fast enough to keep up. City College full out. Samesia's gaining wide, and then it's Sea Saga with 6 to make up. A 43 4 half-mile electrifying fractions here, and Lil's Golden Halo's in front. Ticklish situation. Semaphore Miz trying to get back into it. Then it's Samesia and City College. They're all chasing Lil's Golden Halo to the 16th pole. She's still in front, holding on to the lead, and Lil's Golden Halo will hold on for a stakes double for jockey Aaron Grider.
Lil's Golden Halo, Aaron Grider in the iron. So Julie wins both stakes at Monmouth Saturday. Aaron Grider wins both stakes there on Sunday. With the victory with Lil's Golden Halo, Ticklish Situation was second. Finishing third, we had Semaphore Miss. The running time for Lil's Golden Halo, trained by Timmy Hills, 1 minute 10 seconds flat. All right, let's take our first pause here. When we come out to break, we've got our action this week from Arlington, Ellis Park, down to Louisiana Downs, Lone Star. Remington's on the show this week. Of course, be out at Hollywood and back to Belmont. We're all over the map. Don't go away. Much more to come. Be right back after these messages. New York breds, powerful, fast, and in demand. Racing for the richest purses against the best horses around the world. A quality program with optimum rewards and proven results. New York breds are setting a new standard in improving the breed. Enhance your operation by taking part in this progressive program. The New York bred, leading the way in breeding excellence. For more information, call the New York Breeding and Development Fund or the New York Thoroughbred Breeders.
Coming up this weekend, 2 simulcast special events. On Saturday, July 19th will be the Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash from Laurel Park. Then on Sunday, July 20th will be the American Derby from Arlington International Racecourse. Types of wagering include win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, and if enough horses start, superfecta. The race calls will be live to all regions. The OTB Television Network, WVKZ Radio, and televised to all simulcast branch locations. Don't miss the Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash Saturday, July 19th, and the American Derby Sunday, July 20th.
All right, down in Henderson, Kentucky at Ellis Park, we had the Wilma C. Kennedy Stakes on Saturday afternoon. 3-year-old fillies sprinting 6 furlongs. The purse is $50,000 in guaranteed money. Here's Nick Capurro describing the race for us.
They're off. A very even start. Marcia Slew broke sharply. Now Move from the rail comes through to challenge, and from between these, Earhart now emerges to show in front. Down the backstretch, Earhart now quickly bounds off to lead it by 2.5 lengths to Move on the rail in second. Marcia Slew is third. Annie's Apple follows next in fourth. Widest of all down the backstretch, American Dynasty is fifth. It's a length further back to Lil Pushlet in sixth, and 3 lengths away, the early trailer is Bluffing Girl. They make their way onto the far turn, just over 3 furlongs to run, and Earhart is a clear leader by 2.5 lengths to Move on the rail in second. Marcia Slew holds position in third, followed by Annie's Apple in fourth. Then in between horses, American Dynasty is fifth, Lil Pushlet is sixth. Bluffing Girl is underway from the back, but remains last of the 7. 5 lengths covers them as they round the turn, approach the top of the stretch. Earhart still with it. Angling to the outside is Move, in company with Marcia Slew. Further back, it's American Dynasty, and in the center of the course, Bluffing Girl fifth, but into the final furlong. Earhart has made all the running and still leads the way by 2.5. Move comes a clear second. Marcia Slew is third, going for the line. It's Earhart who leads it from Move.
Earhart, Larry Melancon in the irons, a length and a half score, 7-2, and a wire job here for Earhart as she takes him all the way around the oval. Move was second. Marcia Slew finishing in the show spot. Earhart sprints her 6 furlongs without ever being headed in 1:10 and 4. Sunday afternoon at Ellis, the Don Bernhardt Stakes was the featured race. Older horses at 6.5 panels, $50,000 the guaranteed purse on this one. Again, is Nick with the call.
They make their way to the far turn. Receiver from the far outside has bounded clear to lead it a length to Clifty Falls in second. Pulled wide, Full Retail is improving from third. Bet on Sunshine looming just behind the leaders fourth. Find the Treasure is fifth. Quixote's Luck has quickly been relegated to sixth as they round the turn and approach the top of the stretch. Full Retail has come to terms with Receiver from the inside. Tracking them on the outside, Bet on Sunshine third. They're in the stretch. Full Retail strikes the front. From the outside comes Bet on Sunshine and Receiver prominent at the inside. Into the closing stages, Bet on Sunshine now reaches the lead to Full Retail. Then Receiver at the line, Bet on Sunshine going away.
Bet on Sunshine, bet down to 7-5, and does not disappoint the folks betting at Ellis on Sunday as he gets the nice length and a half score. Francisco Torres in the irons just wore him down and gets up for the win going away. Full Retail, Receiver, they'll be second and third. 6.5 panels in the Don Bernhardt, 1-15-1. Out in Chicago on Saturday, good handicap race, the Washington Park handicap at a mile and a furlong, $150,000. The guaranteed purse for our older horses is Michael Roner in Arlington Heights describing the race.
Racing. Stefanotis the first to vacate the premises. City by Night comes away cleanly on the outside. There's Bebop and Baby hustling forward on the fence, followed closely by Danville in the yellow cap. Come on, Flip the early trailer, short of a mile to go, and Stefanotis runs to the front by a length. City by Night second, a similar margin Bebop and Baby third at the 7/8 pole, followed back behind them by Danville and Come on, Flip. 6 lengths covering the 5 candidates. Stefanotis now being prompted a little by City by Night, who looms within a neck going to the back stretch. They're 2.5 to the good of Bebop and Baby, and 3.5 lengths to Come on, Flip, overtaking Danville. Into the back terrain. They have 5/8 to go, and the leader Stefanotis by a half length, attended closely by City by Night. Both horses seem to have settled down well. They're out by 2.5 lengths. In third position, Bebop and Baby. 2 to Danville and a length to Come on, Flip, again dropping out to last position past the half mile. Stefanotis now 3 parts of a length to City by Night, 2.5 to Bebop and Baby rolling off the fence. Danville getting through on the inside, and 2.5 to Come on, Flip. In this pattern, they sweep down past the 3/8 pole, and here is City by Night now pouring the pressure on Stefanotis. They're stride for stride, a length clear of Bebop and Baby looming closer. They're followed by Danville, and last of all is Come on, Flip. Stefanotis and City by Night locked in battle at the top of the stretch. City by Night maybe a nose in front from Stefanotis, and a length away Bebop and Baby. City by Night now a half length at the 8th pole. Bebop and Baby looming large on the outside. Bebop and Baby's going to test City by Night to the max. Bebop and Baby takes the lead in the Washington Park and comes away to win by a length from City by Night.
Hey, here's Bebop and Baby with Garrett Gomez on board. A length score sent off at the nice price of 7-1. City by Night will be second. Stefanotis, favorite in the race, just does not finish strongly at all and has to settle for the show money. Bebop and Baby boogieing around the Arlington Oval in 1:49 on the button. All right, from Arlington down to Bossier City, Louisiana. Sunday afternoon, we had the King's Court Stakes. Older horses sprinting 6 furlongs, 40,000. The guaranteed purse on the race is Chris Kudalak in Bossier City with the call.
And there they go. From the inside, Boy's Revenge is right there with Prince of the Mountain. Cindy's Magic Moment broke sharply and runs with them. Night Lights, Big City gets away in fourth. Lukenbach settles back fifth, 4 from the front. From his outside, Money Coming, and the last horse is My Son Bill. Down the backstretch, Prince of the Mountain leads at a half. Night Lights, Big City trying to run with him. He's in second. Boy's Revenge is third, and he's now 3 or so from the front. Lukenbach is up into fourth. From his outside in fifth position, it's Money Coming, followed further back by My Son Bill, and Cindy's Magic Moment is drop back to last 8 from the leaders with 3 furlongs to run. Prince of the Mount is still holding off. Night Lights, Big City. Boys Revenge creeps up closer in third. Lukenbach is in fourth, 5 from the front. To the inside in fifth, it's My Son Bill. Cindy's Magic Moment still last, but trying to rally at the rail. Out of the turn and into the stretch, Night Lights, Big City gets ahead in front. His outside, Boys Revenge. Prince of the Mount is back at the rail in third. Lukenbach in fourth. My Son Bill needs racing room. He's charging hard. He and Lukenbach hook up as they come to get Boys Revenge. And now My Son Bill gains a short lead. Lukenbach still there. Boys Revenge to his inside. My Son Bill a neck and a half, and he wins the King's Court in an upset from Lukenbach and Boys Revenge.
My Son Bill. Cole Norman trained Austin Lovelace in the irons, sent off at 7-1. Nice $17.80 ticket on My Son Bill. I haven't seen this guy since the Oaklawn meeting. Always a top sprinter out there in the Midwest. Gets the score in the King's Court. Lukenbach finishing in the place position. Boys Revenge will get the show money. My Son Bill in a 3-horse finish. There goes the 6 furlongs in 1:09 and 3. All right, staying in the Southwest, another hot sprint over the weekend. Saturday at Remington Park in Oklahoma City. The Remington Park Sprint Championship for the older horses. 3/4, as we told you. The purse, $50,000 and guaranteed monies. Here's Jim Byers with the race call.
Off to an excellent start. Highland Ice came out running. Highland Ice is going to the early lead, pursued by Trouble on the Line. And then to the inside, Run Johnny is racing into third position. Only Cash is fourth. Roy the Little One fifth in between horses. And then right off of him is Tate Express, who's running in sixth and a good break. Back to the late running White Wheels, who trails the field. Half mile to the finish. And Highland Ice leads the way, the quarter in 21-2. Highland Ice shows the way by a length and a half. Then comes Trouble on the Line, racing in second position. Only Cash to the outside, and Run Johnny to the inside are next. Run Johnny now gains into second position as Trouble on the Line is dropping back. They come to the top of the stretch. Highland Ice leads the way. Highland Ice leads it by a length and a half in the upper stretch now. Run Johnny is next and second, Only Cash third, Roy the Little One to the inside, awaiting clear sailing in fourth, the halftime 43-2. They have a furlong to go in the Remington Park Sprint Championship. Murphy goes to work on Highland Ice. He maintains the lead gamely. Run Johnny is right there in second. Roy the Little One is racing in third position. It is Highland Ice with a short lead. Run Johnny right there. Highland Ice just holds.
Highland Ice, Glenn Murphy up, gets the score here. A very handy 3-1 shot. Run Johnny. Roy the Little One, the 4-5 favorite, has to settle for the show position. Chuck Turco training Highland Ice and sent off at 3-1. Went the half in 43 and change, finishing up that 108-1. That's one tick off the track record. Flying in the Southwest this weekend. All right, staying in the Southwest, now let's go down to Texas, the Metroplex of Dallas and Fort Worth. At Lone Star, we've got the Fort Worth Handicap on Saturday afternoon for you. Fillies and mares at a mile and a furlong. They're on the grass, $100,000, the guaranteed purse on the race. John Dooley, Lone Star Park, describes the action.
In the gate, and they're off. From the outside, Tim Ducey sending War Thief. Catch Me Fool has come away well, along with Show and Tell. Presa with those blue blinkers down inside, and from time to time is also up close as they come past the stands for the first time. And it's from time to time, double team toward the inside by Show and Tell, and Catch Me Fool now backs off the pace. Catch Me Fool will let Show and Tell, and from time to time go on as they enter the clubhouse turn. Presa, meanwhile, holding on to some prime real estate toward the inside. Sizzling Sunshine. War Thief is running 3 out into the course, about 5 from those front runners. Then farther back, Pumpkin Hill is 8th, heading toward the backstretch. The opening quarter went in 23-3. They straighten away with 5 furlongs to go. From time to time, just in front of Show and Tell. The lead Justin knows, but Show and Tell is quick to counterattack and get back in front of from time to time. Presa now coming up 3 wide, Catch Me Fool 4 wide, and War Thief getting a 5 wide run past the half-mile mark. Pumpkin Hill is also making strides toward the front. The back 2, Alley's Question and Sizzling Sunshine. It's a close-knit pack, about 5 lengths front to back. The half mile went in 47 seconds flat. 3 furlongs to go in the Fort Worth handicap, and it's from time to time in front of Fresa. Then Pumpkin Hill. Show and Tell has dropped back to the field. Worthy still has 4 lengths to make up as they turn for home. And it's Fresa coming up to from time to time. Just behind them is Pumpkin Hill, now gaining ground third. Far outside is Worth Thief. Then comes Alley's Question and Sizzling Sunshine, final furlong. Fresa surging just in front from time to time, hunkering down toward the inside. Worth Thief's running third, but it's Fresa who sticks her neck out to win.
Fresa, Corey Lannery in the irons, gets the half-length score, 5-1. We've seen Fresa win down there before this season, and they let her go at 5-1. From time to time was second. Alley's Question finishing in the show spot. Fresa goes the mile and a furlong in 1:46.3. All right, we'll take our second break here. When we come out the break, we'll go back to the East Coast at Delaware Park. Big day on Sunday afternoon. Then we'll be out at Hollywood and back to Belmont. More to come. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
The National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame, located on Union Avenue in Saratoga Springs, New York, will hold the 1997 inductions on Monday, August 4th at 10:30 a.m. Join jockey Gary Stevens, trainer P.G. Johnson, and steeplechase trainer Michael Walsh. 3 horses will also be inducted that day. They are Easy Goer, Bold and Determined, and Granville. For more information, please call 1-800-562-5394.
A day in Saratoga is not complete without a visit to the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame on Union Avenue in Saratoga Springs. Get an insight into the tradition of great thoroughbred racing, from the beginning of the Saratoga track in the 1800s to the present day. It's an experience you'll treasure forever. The National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame on Union Avenue in Saratoga Springs, open year-round. For more information, call 1-800-562-5394.
All right, on Sunday afternoon at Delaware Park, of course, the big race was this annual running, the Delaware Park Handicap, but they also had a nice co-feature for us, the Kent Breeders' Cup Stakes. All 3-year-olds going 1 1/8 on the grass. The purse on the Kent is $150,000 in added monies. In Delaware, here's John Curran's call of the Kent Breeders' Cup.
And they're off in the Kent Breeders' Cup. That's the 3 Dos Arturos who got left in the gate. Refused to run at the break, and he's well behind the field in the early going. Subordination, though, has the lead as they come down the chute. Up on the outside, September Dream. In between horses, Wycliffe Man, Royal Strand has the rail in 4th. A gap or 2 to Manila Magic, then Broad Choice, and about 20 lengths further back to Dos Arturos, who left the gate tardily. Opening quarter in 24-2, and John Velasquez trying to throttle Subordination speed down just a bit on the front end, still has about a 4-length lead. Making their way around the bend, Royal Strand on the inside, Wycliffe Man on the outside. September Dream racing in 4th, followed by Manila Magic, Broad Choice, and far back to Dos Arturos. As they straighten away down the Delaware backstretch, it's Subordination leading it by 4. Royal Strand is edging a bit closer now in 2nd, trying to keep that within shouting distance. Then a gap of 3 lengths to Wycliffe Man in 3rd. Manila Magic toward the inside 4th. Following that, on the outside, September Dream. Moving up on the inside, Broad Choice, and still far back to Dos Arturos. Half 47-2 as they race into the turn. Velasquez gave Subordination a bit of a breather down the backstretch. Still leads it by 1.5 lengths as Royal Strand's within striking distance now. 4 lengths. On the inside, that's Manila Magic. On the outside, Wycliffe Man. Then comes Broad Choice trying to kick in as they head for home. The 6-1, 10-4. And it's Subordination. They've got a catch for Velasquez. On the outside, Royal Strand, only one with a shot. They're now head-to-head, a furlong away. It looks like the 2-horse race we anticipated. Royal Strand on the outside, Subordination on the inside. But Subordination has no challenge for Royal Strand and Pat Day, who will win the Kent Breeders' Cup. Royal Strand by 1 3/4, Subordination 2nd, and Broad Choice rallies for 3rd.
Royal Strand, Pat Day in the irons with his patented patient ride, gets a nice lengthened 3/4 score for trainer Elliott Walden. Sent off as the popular 6-5 choice and does not disappoint. Subordination, even money, a favorite in the race, settles for second, and then we had Broad Choice getting the show money. Royal Strand, mile and an eighth, a minute 48 seconds flat, a new course record for Royal Strand Sunday at Delaware. And as we told you, the feature race this year's running of the mile and a quarter Delaware Park Handicap. The purse this year, $350,000. Thank you very much, slot machines. Fillies and mares going, we better believe it too, folks. Fillies and mares, of course, going postward for this Grade 3 event. Again, John Curran's call.
And they're off in the 60th Delaware Handicap. Church bell chimes away well. In between horses, Flying Concert is there with Vivace. On the far outside, the Grade 2 Punch Lil. And we've got a real battle for that early lead. 2 Punch Lil on the far outside is going to use her speed. Vivace down toward the inside, Flying Concert as expected. Those three across the track. And Chili Chatty finds a perfect spot in fourth for Nakatani. A gap of 3 to Winter Melody. Church bell chimes with the rail. Then Zarma. Effectiveness is 3 wide. Next in line, Golden Delicious. Following that, Power Play, and far back is Clarify in the early going. Speedy quarter in 22 and 4, much as we expected. And it's 2 Punch Lil showing the way for Eric Jones by a length and a half. Vivace toward the inside second. Flying Concert is third. Chili Chatty is racing evenly in fourth. Then comes Church Bell Chimes and Winter Melody. Zarma next in line. Effectiveness still getting a bit of a wide trip. Golden Delicious about a dozen off the lead. Then comes Power Play and 6 more to Clarify. Half went in 47 flat. As they race down the Delaware backstretch, it's still 2 Punch Lil on the front end by 2. Vivace racing second. It's 2.5 lengths to Flying Concert third. Chili Chatty still a patient fourth, followed by Winter Melody. Zarma toward the outside. Church bell chimes along the rail. Then Effectiveness still 3 wide. Gold and Delicious looks to rally on the inside. Will need some racing room. Then comes Power Play and Clarify. The 6 in a speedy 1:11 and 2 into the turn. And it's still the local horse 2 Punch Lil. Challenged now by Vivace. Here comes Winter Melody, making a strong run for Tony Black in third. Effectiveness now with a 4 wide sweep in fourth. Then dropping back 2 Punch Lil. Chili Chatty needs some racing room. A rally from Power Play from the back of the pack. They've gone the mile in 1:37 and 3. Vivace has a slim lead as they head for home, but Effectiveness is taking her on. Power Play with a huge race on the outside, and Golden Delicious and Pat Day is coming full on. Power Play looking for the upset. Golden Delicious driving on the inside. It's Power Play and Prado. Golden Delicious on the inside and Pat Day, but Power Play will upset in the Delaware Handicap.
Well, when you get a man advantage, you go on the Power Play. Larry Reynolds in the irons, and boy, what a power play it was for Graham Motion. $57.60. Ching! All right, 3/4 of a length. Hey, this Maryland bred was second in her last 3 starts over in Laurel Pimlico, all stakes races. She comes to Delaware and gets the money. Golden Delicious with Pat, thought he had her measured, but just can't get up in time and has to settle disappointingly for the place money. Effectiveness finishing in the 3rd position. Power Play goes the 1.25 miles of the Del Cap, 2 minutes, 3 2/5 of a second. All right, from Delaware, let's go out to Inglewood, California. Our stake race on Saturday was our older horses going postward in the Bel Air Handicap. We're at 1 mile and a 1/16. $100,000 is the added purse on the Bel Air. Is Luke Krybosh in Inglewood with the call.
All set, off and running in the Bel Air Handicap. He's a bull from the far outside. Surakai, flashing speed. Crafty Friend, just Java's right there. Rivederci Baby. And Cleante settles it at the back of the pack. Round the clubhouse turn. Crafty Friend on the inside, 3 parts of a length in front. He's a bull on the outside, racing second. Surakai now settling down in third. Just Java. 4 off the pacemaker, racing fourth. Arrivederci Baby next to the outside by 2.5, and Cleante trails. Opening quarter cut out in a solid 23 flat up the backstretch. Crafty Friend leading the way by a length now. He's a Bull starts to inch up to put pressure on in second. Arrivederci Baby moving up 3 wide in third. Surakai under a tight hold on the inside. Just Java now just 2.5 off the pace in traffic and a gap of 4. Back to Cleante. Up the backstretch, half mile, 46 seconds flat, even tempo out here. Crafty Friend, 3 parts of length in front. Flanking him, He's a Bull racing second. Surakai in behind the top pair's heels in third. Arrivederci Baby's racing fourth. Just Java now being asked for speed, racing fifth by 4. And Cleante, the whip comes out on Cleante at the back of the pack, round the far turn. Crafty Friend the neck in front. The test comes from He's a Bull in second. Long shot, Arrivederci Baby put to a drive in third. Surakai, full out drive, racing fourth by 5. And Just Java, match race turning for home. He's a Bull. Crafty Friend on the insider, matching strides. Crafty Friend the neck in front. He's a Bull right there on the outside. Crafty Friend and Solis. He's a Bull and GFL made on the outside. Crafty Friend inching away, and Crafty Friend will go on to win the Bel Air Handicap. Crafty Friend widens out late to win it a length and a half to He's a Bull.
Well, Crafty Friend and He's a Bull put on quite a stretch battle there, but then Crafty Friend proved a bit too tough and just drew away in the final 70 yards or so to that 2-length score. Alex Solis in the irons. He's a Bull tried to match stride for stride and just couldn't keep up in the late going and has to settle for second. Arrivederci Baby finishing in the show spot. 8-5 on Wally Delasse's Crafty Friend, going the mile and a 16th in 1 minute 40 seconds flat, equaling the track record. A lot of track records on the program this week, either being broken or equaled or tied. All right, now on Sunday afternoon, this past Sunday they were supposed to run the swaps, but remember they moved it back a week with the hopes of drawing Silver Charm and Touch Gold and Freehouse. Well, it looks like they're going to get Freehouse, and that'll be next week. So they had to get a stake race for us for the running this Sunday. They came up with a pretty good one, the Fastness Handicap, mile on the grass for our older horses, per $70,000 in guaranteed monies. Just 4 of them, unfortunately, in the lineup, but a good one. Let's take a look. Again, Luke gives us the race call.
Off and running in the Fastness. Very awkward start for Smooth Runner at the back of the pack early. Carraz straight to the front for the outside. Golden Steel came away in second, Helmsman third, and Smooth Runner starts to settle down at the back of the pack. Single file into the first turn. Carraz and David Flores clearing off now by 2. Golden Steel second, Helmsman third, now 4 lengths off the pacemaker, and a gap of 2 back to Smooth Runner. Through the opening quarter mile, they cut it out here in 24 and 3, a slow tempo, but despite that, Carraz opens up by 5 lengths now. Golden Steel racing second, Helmsman tugging hard now in third, and Smooth Runner 7 lengths off the pace the trailer. Up the backstretch they go. Carraz and David Flores dictating the tempo, and he's picked it up a bit now. Carraz leads it by 3 to Golden Steel. Helmsman moving along smoothly, third by 3 more, and Smooth Runner 48 and 2 for the half mile. Moving for the far turn, Carraz in front by 2. Golden Steel now inching up with every stride in second. Helmsman starts to get in involved, 3 wide and a gap of 3 back to Smooth Runner. Tempo picking up here around the far turn. Carraz still there by 2. Carraz from Golden Steel. Helmsman starts to rev up on the outside, and 3 back to Smooth Runner as they wind their way to the top of the lane. Carraz been there all the way, leads it by a length and a half. Tackle by Helmsman on the outside. Helmsman hits high gear now. Carraz full out drive. Helmsman right to his throat, and Helmsman pushing on by to a short lead. Carraz is tough and battles gamely. Late run from Smooth Runner. Helmsman going clear late, and Helmsman will rack up a nice win in the Fastness. Helmsman wins it by a length at the wire to Smooth Runner.
Well, here's our old pal Helmsman. We last saw this guy finishing third in the Shoemaker in a race in which we've told you on several occasions that many horses had just horrid trips. El Angelo last week winning on 4th of July weekend in the American Handicap was bothered in that race. And now we have Helmsman coming back and winning here in the Fastness handicap. So perhaps the Shoemaker, a key race for trip horses. Chris McCarron back in the irons on helmsman for Wally Delasse. So Wally sweeps both stakes, the Bel Air and the Fastness, over the weekend at Hollywood. Smooth Runner and Coraz will be second and third in the race. Helmsman with Chris had him measured as he gets the length score in the time of 1:34 and 3. See him at Del Mar for sure. All right, leaving the West Coast, let's come back to New York on Saturday afternoon. The New York Handicap for fillies and mares on the lawn. 1.25 miles, a terrific race. $200,000 guaranteed purse monies. Let's take a look. Here's Tom Durkin's call of the New York Handicap.
And they're off. Termly strikes out for the lead. Memories of Silver is there, and in between them, Shamazel up close to the pace today. Then Maxine comes away running in fourth. As they make their way toward the first turn at the back are Fanjica and Overcharger. Termly out to set the pace early. Shamazel running along in second. Maxine up close to an easy early pace. On the far outside, Memories of Silver runs along comfortably in fourth. Then Fanjica and Overcharger as they make their way around the clubhouse turn. Creeping along on the lead, it's Termly. The first quarter went in 24 4/5 seconds. Shamazel hard held, in no hurry to go by yet. Memories of Silver settles into a rhythmic beat just outside the lead, running in third. Maxine conserved in fourth. Then Fanjica, followed by Overcharger. The opening half mile, a dawdling 49 3/5 seconds. Moving down the backstretch, it's Termly in front. Shamazel glued to her, running second by 2 with 5 furlongs to go. Jerry Bailey yet to make a move with Memories of Silver running in third. Maxine is only 5 lengths from this easy pace. Then Fanjica and Overcharger. A half mile left now. Termly continues to go along on the lead. Shamazel right with her on the outside. Memories of Silver tracking them in third. Maxine is only 4.5 lengths from the lead. Fanjica now gets a nudge from Chris Hentley, and Overcharger trails the field. They're moving toward the top of the stretch. It's still Termly. Shamazel trying to get by her now. Memories of Silver in perfect striking position third. Then Maxine and Fanjica floated wide. At the top of the stretch, Shamazel taking over. No fight left for Termly. Memories of Silver and Maxine into the final furlong now. Shamazel trying to hold up Memories of Silver. Maxine lengthening her stride. Fanjica fourth into the final 16th. Memories of Silver, and Maxine powers past. Maxine takes the lead as they come down to the line. Maxine the winner by a length.
Hey, here's Maxine, the daughter of Cozine, wins another one, her second in a row. She won the Sheepshead Bay last time out. Length score, very patient ride by Mike Smith to get the win as Memories of Silver gets to the front in deep stretch and thinks she's going to win it. But along comes Maxine, the queen of New York, to get the win. Maxine, 7 out of her last 8 starts right to the winner's circle, and she has done that all over the country. Saratoga, Florida, Kentucky, Belmont, a terrific turf mare, beating Memories of Silver, who has a very ambitious schedule mapped out for herself this year after winning her first race of 97. She is scheduled to go to the Beverly D, and then later on in the year, of course, out to California for another shot in the Breeders' Cup. But boy, she can't hold off Maxine on Saturday. Has to settle for second. Shamazel from Clarence Clements' barn runs as good as she can possibly. She can't run any better. She just can't handle Maxine and Memories of Silver and has to settle courageously for the show money. Maxine, 1.25 miles Saturday, 1:59 and 4. Okay, on Sunday, more turfers, this time the males, in the Bowling Green handicap. 1 3/8 the distance on this one. 150 thou, the guaranteed purse. Again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're off. 10:53, Notoriety. Influent there on the outside, and Jean-Luc Samine gives him a nudge early to put him in the lead. It is Influent who takes charge early. Notoriety sits in behind him second. South Salem in hand on the outside third. Then it's Mutamani fourth, and to his inside, Pen 53. Lingering at the back early are Flag Down, Lassigny, and Mr. Bluebird. Influent having it all his own way in the early going and steps away to a 5-length lead. The opening quarter, 24 2/5 seconds. Influent on top. Sameen just nursing him along as they make their way toward the backstretch. A 5-length lead in the early going. Notoriety's in between horses. To his outside, South Salem. To his inside, Pen 53. Then Mutamani, who's rating now about a half dozen from front-running Influent. It's a break of another 6 lengths back to Flag Down, Lassigny, and Mr. Bluebird. Influence pace is a comfortable one. The opening half mile in 48 3/5 seconds. He leads uncontested, 6 lengths clear of the rest midway down the backstretch. Notoriety is running second by a head with 5 furlongs to go. South Salem on the outside. Then it's Mutamani, followed by Pen 53. It's a break of another 3 lengths back to Flag Down and Lassigny. They've got a lot to do. Mr. Bluebird trails the field. 3.5 furlongs out. Influent trying to do it all the way on the lead. 3/4 in 1:11 3. He still has a 4.5 length advantage with 3 furlongs to go. Down toward the inside, Notoriety is running second. In behind him, it's Mutamani now, and he's got some room at the inside. South Salem, Flag Down, gathering some momentum. Then Mr. Bluebird, Lassigny is last at the top of the stretch. It is still Influent trying to steal it, and he leads by 4 coming into the final furlong. Flag Down uncorking an explosive late rally on the outside. Notoriety, Influent still there, 3.5 length lead. Notoriety and Flag Down still full out. It is Influent in front. And Influent will, yes, do it all the way on the lead. He went.
Influent, Howie Tesha does it again. They can't hit the fastball. This time he revved it up a little bit. He slowed him down at Atlantic City in the Caesars, you recall. This time he's really cruising along here. 1 mile in 1:34 4, and they just can't get to him. His 2nd win in a row and 7th win out of his last 9 starts. Wow. And he still doesn't get any respect. They won't make him the favorite. Flag Down on the board again, but he just leaves himself too much to do and wins out the photo for the place money. Notoriety gets the show money. Influent loves it on the front end and just dares them to catch him. And look at this. Another course record, 1 mile and 3/8, 2 minutes, 11 seconds flat. Influent and Howie M. Tesher leading the parade in the Bowling Green Sunday down in New York. Wednesday afternoon at Belmont, we had Statebreds going posted in the Evan Shipman handicap on the main at 1 mile and 1/16, $50,000, the added purse. Again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're up. Ormsby and Out to Win get out first. As they leave the chute, it's Out to Win, who has a short early lead. Ormsby down to his inside. Just in behind, it's Instant Friendship. Batsy Prospect on the far outside. Check Passers in between those two, and Richmond Runner. Moving up the backstretch, apparently an easy pace here with Ormsby, the leader, by a length. The opening quarter, 23 3/5 seconds. Comfortable enough for Ormsby, who's out there on the lead by length. Out to Win prompting him second. Instant Friendship, Patsy's Prospect, and Richmond Runner in a line in behind the front two. Check Passer is the trailer, but only about 5 lengths from the lead. The field approaching the far turn. Ormsby in front, lets it out a notch. Ormsby runs the opening half mile in 46 2/5 seconds. Richmond Runner now moves to second with a half mile to go. Out to Win on the outside, coming under a ride. Instant Friendship and Patsy Prospect. Check Passer taken to the far outside. 3 furlongs from home. Ormsby confronted by Richmond Runner. Ormsby by a neck. Richmond Runner full out on the inside, second by 3. Farther back, Instant Friendship third. Patsy Prospect tailing off. Off the turn and into the stretch, Ormsby and Richmond Runner. Those two quickening up and pulling away from the field, and they're both full out here. On the outside, Ormsby, John Velasquez, on the inside, Richmond Runner, Chris Antley giving their all here. It is Richmond Runner who fights his way to a short lead. Ormsby brave, but second as they come down to the finish. It's Richmond Runner, Ormsby, Richmond Runner, Ormsby. Richmond Runner prevails after a stretch-long duel.
Well, the State Breds put on a pretty good show Wednesday afternoon down in New York with Richmond Runner outlasting the favored Ormsby by a half length. Chris Antley gets his third winner in the afternoon Wednesday. Ormsby coming out of the Brooklyn and Suburban, back where it belonged, runs on gamely as the favorite, but couldn't handle Richmond Runner in the late going, settles for second. Instant Friendship finishes in the show money, so we've got the three favorites finishing on the board. And check the time, folks. Again, we have a record either being equaled or broken on the program this week. Must be the summer heat, as Richmond Runner goes the mile and a 16th, equaling the track record in 1:39 and 4. All right, that takes care of all of our replay action right up through our midweek feature down at Belmont. Now, into our notes department, coming up on the calendar this weekend, the highlight is the Swap Stakes out in Southern California. Recall, this was the race that was moved back a week in the attempt to get Silver Charm and Touch Gold to join Freehouse in the race. That didn't work out. Looks like we're going to get Freehouse, however. Also, Wild Rush, who was in way over his head in the Belmont Stakes, has been retooled and fitted with blinkers for the Mandela stable. He'll give it a shot. Hello may be seen in the swaps as well. So the 3-year-olds getting back at it out in Southern California. Also, we have good action here in New York, the 3-year-old fillies and the Coaching Club American Oaks, the final leg of our Triple Tierra series for the 3-year-old fillies. We've got the American Derby out in Chicago at Arlington. Down at Laurel, the Frank DeFrancis Memorial Dash, I should say. Smoke Glacken. Going to try the older horses. Not a 3-year-old that can beat him sprinting. So now the older horses will be fair game, including Capote Bell, a filly. That's a very interesting match. And JJ's Dream. We last saw those two run over 4th of July weekend in Chicago. Also, we have the Reeve Schley at Monmouth Park. We've got the Ellis races, the Magnolia and the Sequoia. At Hollywood Park, KO Punch, that nice 2-year-old out of the Lucas barn. He'll be going in the Hollywood Juvenile Championship Stakes. We also have the Sunset on the Grass and the Vanity Handicap for fillies and mares. Jewel Princess trying to get back in the win column. We'll be seen in that one. So a pretty nice week of stake racing action. Of course, Saratoga opening up on Wednesday of this week with a 6-week meeting, a stake almost every day for you. And of course, we'll be covering it all here on Horses and Courses. Also, before we close out the program this week, the Breeders' Cup announced earlier on this week that they have relaxed their supplemental regulations into the event day races, and it appears now that the supplemental monies will be going toward the purses. This is a switch from prior years when all supplemental monies went into the Breeders' Cup General Fund. So this softens the blow a little bit for the likes of Gentleman and Siphon, Sandpit, Skip Away, Silver Charm, Freehouse, many of the named horses that are not Breeders' Cup eligible. So we'll keep an eye on this, and come Breeders' Cup time, we'll see how many of those horses are indeed supplemented to this year's Championship Day, which of course runs November 8th out at Hollywood Park. All right, that covers all the ground for this week. So as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfside here. So long, everybody. We'll see you up at Saratoga soon.